So let's start with the Four of Wands here. So the overall energy of this month is that there is some sort of, someone is wanting commitment. It could either be you, Pisces, or it could be your ex, but they're wanting commitment. And it could also be that they're committing to someone else, maybe settling down with someone else. Or maybe you're in a committed relationship and maybe you decide to end that and then be with your ex or vice versa. Just a lot of messages here, but in general, the overall energy is someone is going to be speaking of commitment coming up soon, and it could extend all the way to the spring that I'm seeing here. So this communication about commitment could be postponed until the spring. And again, the energies, I totally can't talk today, so bear with me, guys. The energies can be switched. So if you relate more to the top row, then that message is for you. But I just wanted to put that out there. So in the past position, we have the Star card and then we have the Lovers card. So these are pretty strong cards in terms of talking about like a soulmate or a twin flame. So what I'm seeing here, you may have been involved with an Aquarius, a Gemini, or a Libra, but it could be any sign, but those are just the main signs that are coming out. But it seems like either you guys could have had a very strong connection in the past, and maybe you both realized that there was some sort of strong connection between you two. And especially with these two cards in both positions, it seems like you may have both realized that you have either a soulmate connection or a twin flame connection, or just a really deep connection that was hard to grasp, especially for your ex. Or it could have been that your ex was wishing for a particular thing, or maybe they were thinking of a relationship as having to be perfect, and maybe that was not working with you because maybe they were wanting something so perfect that is impossible. That's kind of what I'm picking up right now, if that makes sense. And with the Lovers here, I am feeling like you definitely were attached to this person, felt a really deep connection to this person. So when it ended between you guys, it was hard for you. And it could also be, I'm just picking up the messages that are coming in. It could also be that you could have found someone else while you were with this person, and you could have left your ex for this person, or vice versa. I feel like that may be for a very small amount of you, but that's just what I'm picking up. In the past, I'm feeling a really strong connection between you two. And it feels confusing to why the relationship ended. So, and it could also be that maybe the relationship has been ended for a while, but maybe you guys are still, were still able to feel this connection in the recent past. Maybe you guys are dreaming of each other, or they're dreaming of you. Or maybe you feel like you're having like some sort of telepathical communication. I just felt like I needed to say that. Anyway, so moving on to the present position, we have the King of Pentacles and then we have the Five of Swords. So with the King of Pentacles here, the King of Pentacles is a very stable, mature sign. Could be a Taurus that you're dealing with, or an Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But your ex right now is feeling extremely stable. They have everything under control, especially in terms of finances and their home life. And I'm feeling like they're wanting to share that with you right now. But you guys right now are not wanting to share that with them. You guys are kind of, in a way, egging on conflict or wanting conflict because of what has happened in the past. You're okay with hurting them. And if you guys are communicating, I feel like there may be some lies going on, or if you do communicate, you may be lying to them, or just sneaky behavior altogether. I'm feeling Pisces, but again, the energies can be switched. But you're okay, I'm feeling, even though this is kind of not the best, but I am feeling like you guys are okay with hurting them, and you guys could be involved in a third-party situation. where you are committed to someone else, but you're okay with kind of still communicating with your ex, and in turn that might hurt the person that you're with. Or maybe they are with someone else and you're okay with kind of ripping apart that relationship. I know that sounds horrible, but that's kind of what I'm picking up with this card. And I did clarify this card. And of course, I get the Five of Wands. So 2 conflict cards, 5 and 5. So Pisces, you're definitely wanting some sort of aggressive communication with this person. Even if you're not trying to be deceitful, or even if you're not trying to hurt this person, it feels like you definitely want to stand your ground and give your opinion with this person, and you're okay with just basically getting into an argument. I feel like you're kind of wanting that because I feel like you may be really mad, Pisces. I'm trying to think if there's anything else, if this is not resonating. It could also be that you're having a lot of like internal conflict within yourself. And it could also be that you're having a lot of conflict when it comes to speaking. Maybe you're having trouble speaking and you're wanting to be able to release your thoughts, but you're not being able to. And you're kind of being held down and attacked within yourself with the conflict that is going on within your head about this situation with your ex. So that's kind of what I'm picking up there. If you're not wanting to kind of hurt your ex, and that's okay, like getting revenge, whatever, do what you need to do. I'm not here to judge, I'm just here to give you guys the messages that I'm seeing here. So yeah, I hope that resonated and made sense. Just a lot of aggressive thinking and behavior or actions that are wanting to be taken place there. It's kind of funny. So moving on to the future position, we have the Justice card and we have the Ten of Cups. Okay, the Ten of Cups is so confusing to me after this card, but I'm trying to figure it out. But let's start with the Justice here. So again, you could be dealing with a Libra, but I am feeling like your ex is very stable right now, and they're wanting to balance things out in the future. They're wanting to speak truth. They're wanting to hear the truth from you as well, and they're wanting things to be balanced. And maybe it is even like the littlest things of balance in communication. Maybe the communication between you two was bad, and now they're just wanting things to flow better. And it could also be that they're wanting commitment from you as well in the future, especially since they're more stable right now. I don't feel like this person really has bad intentions towards you. Like these cards are pretty positive. Even though there may have been something that went down in the past that was negative that they did, right now going forward, I feel like they don't have bad intentions for you. I feel like they're going to be very apologetic to what happened. And again, they could be a soulmate or a twin flame, and when it comes to those relationships, they could be very rocky at first. And you have a lot of lessons with these type of people. So moving on to your guys' Ten of Cups. So if you guys were the ones right now that are having these aggressive thoughts or whatever towards this person, in the future, you're definitely going to be feeling satisfied and happy and committed. I'm feeling, since this is about this person, you're going to be feeling this way about this person. So maybe you guys do mend things, especially if a conversation does happen where you guys argue and completely battle it out. It may mend things, and you guys may have like this truth between each other, and things become better. You guys may have children together, whatnot. And I pulled a clarifying card for the Ten of Cups, and I got the Two of Wands. So again, you could be deciding between two things or two people. You could also be traveling to see this person. Or maybe they are at a distance from you for work or school, and you could be traveling to see them, and that could rekindle things. Or it could be that you are having these two decisions to make. Maybe you're dealing with two people, with your ex and someone else in the future. But there's going to be two decisions that you make, and you are able to make this decision. And if you are dealing with two people, I feel like you could be choosing your ex over the other person. Especially if you meant things. I know that you guys may have a lot of like these hateful thoughts towards this person right now, but in the future, I see it's working out. So let me know like what goes on, because this is kind of weird, Pisces. So just let me know what's going on. But altogether, I'm feeling like your ex definitely wants to fix things with you, and maybe even commit. Have something commit, or and this card is like the marriage card, so they may even want to get married. They could be like proposing sometime in the spring, or they could be talking about that sometime in the spring. But for you guys are definitely going through some sort of conflict, but in the future, it looks like it's going to be resolved. So I'm going to end this part of the reading here, and I'm going to go ahead and further the messages that the higher power has for you and your ex. And I got the Fool card, and I got the Two of Pentacles. So you definitely are dealing with two decisions that you guys have to make. And this is important for you guys. And it's saying with the Fool card here, you guys need to take a leap of faith with this decision. If you're afraid of of anything, it's saying that you need to just suck it up and go for it. And if it's with this person, if you're deciding between two people, it's saying make your decision and take a leap of faith. Like, try it out. If it doesn't work out, then, go on a new path. But it's saying you need to start a new path and start a new journey. And stop, being in your head so much. And stop tossing up these options that are going on. So with this person, there's something about two decisions going on that you guys need to figure out. So I'm going to end the reading here. I really hope it resonated and you guys enjoyed. So sorry about last month about those getting uploaded. I know it was kind of during the Mercury retrograde. I'm trying not to blame it on the Mercury retrograde, but I don't know what else happened. So let's start with the Hierophant here. So I feel like with the Hierophant here, it is saying that you need to search for truth within those that are coming into your life, or those that you want to be a part of your life. You need to know whether or not you really want to truly commit to them, or you want them to just have an impact on you, because there's some heavy things that are coming in for you that you need to use your intuition for, and kind of have a clear head space in order to understand kind of these people's intentions. So just make sure that you understand everyone's intentions before you let your guard down, in a way. It's kind of saying, keep your guard up before you bring it down, I guess. I don't know. I just repeated myself, but that's fine. I do that a lot. Okay. Moving on to the past position, we have the Two of Wands, and then we have the Empress here. So with the Two of Wands, it looks like you guys in the past were kind of focusing on yourselves, maybe even traveling, moving, going away for work or school, or in general, just traveling. And you're doing this for yourself. You're kind of on like a soul journey in order to take care of yourself and to be the best version of you, especially with this Empress here. The Empress represents a very nurturing person. And I feel like that is kind of what you were trying to become, is you're trying to become completely stable. The person that you truly are trying to capture is kind of what was going on in the past. You're basically focusing on yourselves. And I did pull a clarifying card for the Two of Wands, because that card doesn't talk about too much. And it could also be that you had these two decisions between maybe even two people that you were trying to figure out, and you kind of had to become this person in order to get a clear mind. And with this Four of Cups here, it looks like if you did have these two decisions, you may have been waiting for some sort of message to come in from a particular person in order to kind of make your mind up, or you're in between like contacting someone from your past, or in general just talking to someone and you were afraid of rejection. And this could also talk about work and stuff. Maybe you were waiting for information on like a job. You're waiting for a call for a job, and you're definitely afraid of that not coming in. But in the past, it generally looks like you were focusing on yourself. And if you were stuck on someone, it looks like you were trying to get that out of your head in order to kind of move forward. So moving on to the present position, we have the Three of Cups, and then we have the Seven of Wands. So with the Three of Cups, it looks like there may be a reunion with someone if you are thinking about someone or dealing with someone from your past. It does look like you are going to be having a reunion with someone. And if you are completely single and not even thinking about anyone, you could be meeting someone at like a party or some sort of event. I did pull a clarifying card for that, and I got the Four of Pentacles. So it could be an event from your work, like a work party, or if you go to school, maybe something relating to school, or in general, just an event that you're going to be meeting someone. And it could also be that you're going to be at this party and you may meet someone, but you're going to be very guarded of your heart because you're not really ready to let that guard down. And like I was saying, you that's kind of smart not to let your guard down completely, especially for this month is what I'm seeing. So you could be either meeting someone at some sort of work party or something related to that, or it could also be that you are at this party and you're very, very guarded, or just some sort of something. Maybe even you go out with friends or you go out to dinner. It could be as little as that, and you kind of run into someone. And with this Seven of Wands here, it's saying that you're going to be very defensive. So like the Four of Pentacles that I just had, it's all about guarded energy. So you're going to be very, very defensive and guarded with yourself. So again, you may run into someone that you have known that has hurt you in the past. And this is kind of going to shake you up, and you're going to feel super on edge and super uncomfortable because you were not expecting it to happen. And you're going to be ready to kind of defend yourself and even get into an argument if you're needing to. I did pull clarifying cards for this, for the Seven of Wands here, and 3 wanted to come out. So the Seven of Swords, the Six of Swords, and then the Five of Pentacles. So all kind of fighting energy, lying energy, deceiving energy in a way. So it looks like you may have been trying to move away from this person. You were trying to get away from them in general, or just trying to move on. And of course they come back in, and this person may have been someone that cheated on you or lied to you. And again, it could be that you were the one deceiving this person, and that's really freaking you out that they're there because you have to defend yourself. But it looks like someone was lying to you. It doesn't have to be cheating, but they were just not a truthful person. They were very, very untrustworthy. And they may have left you out in the cold, kind of just ended things on a really bad note, or you could have ended things on a really bad note. But in general, you felt kind of left out in the cold. And when you felt like this, you're trying to move away, but of course they come back in when you basically are almost moved on. So like I was saying, this energy is super heavy for you guys this month. So it may not be for everyone, obviously. And if you were not dealing with anyone, it could be that this new person that comes in that you think that looks promising, but you're still being defensive. It looks like they may leave you out in the cold and just completely move on from you. And they're going to be lying and deceiving. I'm not going to say any certain signs because all of the elements are here. So it could be any element, but in particular, an air sign with these cards and this card here, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But again, it doesn't have to be. But it looks like you need to be careful of someone coming in that you meet. Just be aware this month or in the months coming ahead to just be aware of people that are not honest. Okay. And if you are in a relationship with someone, then be wary of like a third party situation going on, because that may come up. So moving on to the future position, we have the Five of Swords, and then we have the Eight of Wands. So the Five of Swords is very similar to the Seven of Swords. It's all about lying and deceiving. And these two energies are kind of okay with it happening. They know that they're doing something wrong, and they kind of have a smug face, and they're they're okay with it happening. And that's kind of why I really don't like those cards coming up. But looks like in the future, if you are continuing, this is the clarifying card for this one. But if in the future, if you do decide to continue with this person that comes in randomly or someone from your past, it looks like they are going to continue to lie to you. You may not even know it at first, but it does look like they're going to continue to lie to you. They may be very manipulative, make it seem like they want something with you, make it seem like it's all perfect, and but it looks like communication is going to be coming in strong from this person that is very deceptive. So be careful of that. And I did pull a clarifying card for the 5 of Swords, and I got the Page of Wands. So this person is kind of just into like a one-night stand type of energy. And I am feeling like if you are dealing with exes, it's definitely an ex that had a very negative impact on your life that is going to be coming in. Not so much an ex that obviously didn't have that much of a negative impact on you, or wasn't untrustworthy. This is like an ex that is not good. So if you are dealing with an ex that you feel a really deep connection to, I don't feel like it's going to be that ex. I feel like it's going to be someone different. But they're kind of just looking for a one-night stand. They're definitely going to be communicating with you over like text message or whatnot. You might run into them and then they just start reaching out to you. And there's going to be a lot of messages, I'm feeling. They're going to be messaging you a lot, making you feel like they actually want you, but in reality, they don't really want anything long-term based. So be careful of that. And again, if you are single, be careful of someone making it seem like they want something, when in reality, they don't really want commitment. But again, this isn't for everyone. This reading is kind of different than I've seen in a while. So just be wary. I think that the whole message for this month for Pisces, even if you are dealing with someone, or that you will be dealing with someone that is very trustworthy and honest, I think the whole message for you guys is to just, have your guard up, not completely, but just be wary, get to know yourself, use your intuition in order to figure out what this person is about. Because it's saying that it's just a warning for some of you that something bad could be coming in that is going to hurt you guys. So be careful of that. It's obviously not for all of you, but I think that if you guys are watching and you really do believe you're dealing with a trustworthy person, just truly understand them and truly understand yourself before you kind of make that judgment. So since your guys' video came out late, so late in December, that was so bad, I'm sorry. I decided to pull an extra card for like any messages that you guys need to know for this month and going forward. And I pulled the Emperor, and it feels like, so the Emperor is kind of a guarded person. They're very, very stable. They know what they want. They know how to get it. So with these two kind of here, I am feeling like you definitely need to know yourself and be stable with yourself before fully committing to someone else. Because I feel like if you are not completely stable or happy within your mind, then it's going to attract something negative, and you need to be careful of that. But just be on guard. And Aries are very, I feel like Aries are very open and truthful. So just be open with this person you're talking to. Don't be afraid to say like things like, so like, tell me what happened in the past. Did you cheat on anyone or anything? Don't be afraid to like have this communication or have this conversation with this person to kind of make them open up so that you understand what they're all about. Because the message here that I'm really feeling, I know that I've repeated it like 100 times, but you need to be careful of who you're dealing with, and you need to truly understand what they're all about.